Welcome to my Hobbit house. Spending the next 2 nights in this amazing Hobbit house, and I'm gonna be reading The Hobbit for the very first time. I am so excited to be staying here in this Hobbit house Airbnb that was located just 4 hours from where I live. I just got here and it is even more beautiful in person. Fun fact about me is that the Lord of the Rings movies are my all-time favorite movies. I've seen them hundreds of times, but I have never read the books, and I thought that this would be the perfect place to begin my adventure reading all of the Middle-earth books, starting with The Hobbit in a Hobbit house. In case anyone isn't familiar, The Hobbit, also titled There and Back Again, was written in 1937 by J.R.R. Tolkien. It is set in the fantasy world of Middle-earth following a home-loving hobbit named Bilbo Baggins, who joins the wizard Gandalf and the 13 dwarves that make up Thorin's company on a quest to reclaim the dwarves' home and treasure from the dragon Smaug. The story is the first in the larger collection of Middle-earth books, followed up by the immensely popular Lord of the Rings trilogy. Between 2012 and 2014, there was a 3-part movie adaptation. While Lord of the Rings remains the most notable of Tolkien's works, The Hobbit served as the entry point into this expansive and magical fantasy world. It is literally so much cuter in person. Like, the pictures did not do it justice. I literally feel like I'm in the middle of the Shire. Before it starts getting dark, I'm gonna take you on a little tour of the house and show you all the little details. They're just so cute. To start off, when you walk up, there is this pathway that leads you to this covered walkway, which at night was all lit up with twinkly lights and was so cute. And right when you come out of the walkway, you see the gorgeous Hobbit house. The outside was so stunning. It really felt like you're in this like little oasis tucked away somewhere very secluded. The round wood door was just so beautiful and incredibly heavy. Also, I had a little cat friend who liked to hang out under this little bench here. Yeah, this door is so heavy. I really had to put my back into it to open it up. And the view was just gorgeous. There was a fountain on the side with trickling water that just really added to the ambiance. I'll give you like a pan around. There's the Hobbit door. I have it closed right now because it's kind of hot outside. A little kitchen area, TV. I am watching Lord of the Rings. This cute like little sitting area. The bathroom, which is gorgeous. So then we have the inside of the door, and in order to lock it, there's all of these latches to do, so nobody is gonna come in while I'm sleeping. And then right over here, it actually looks like there are some costumes, which are pretty cool. A little hat. We have this decoration here. We also have, of course, the One Ring. And then here's what it looks like. Down here we have a trunk that has some stuff in it. Over here is the little breakfast nook, which is so cute. Got all of this tea set, some My Precious mugs, lots of cute teas. We have all of these different spices up here. And then of course, the most important meals of the day: breakfast, second breakfast, Alvinsies, luncheon, afternoon tea, dinner, and supper. And then we have this cute like window looking outside. You can see the very cute view outside. All right, then we have this gorgeous circle bed, which is literally so big. Then we have this fireplace and a TV. Then we have this little seating area. This furniture is all gorgeous. It looks like completely handcrafted wood. But let's see, in here we have a little, it looks like a guest book. I will be filling that out. Here are copies of all of the books. We have a copy of The Hobbit, Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, Return of the King, a chessboard. Looks like there's chess pieces in here. Then this beautiful map of Middle Earth. Look at that. Oh my god, so pretty. So right now we are here in the Shire. On this wall we have a quote. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. And then over here we have another chest, another little table, more artwork on the walls. And then we step into the bathroom, which literally feels like you're in like a tree house or something. The bathroom is so cute. Over here we have an actual barrel tub. Oh, okay, let's see. There's a note that says, "Attention hobbits, baths are forbidden due to a leak, showers only, lest we flood the Shire." All of the walls is this like stone pebble, which is so cute. And then over here we have the toilet and this little like port window thing. But the craziest thing about this place is how short the ceilings are. For context for everybody, I am 5 feet tall exactly. So the fact that I can very easily touch the ceiling, it is literally made for a hobbit. So now that I am in, I am going to unpack a little and set up a lot of my stuff, and then I'm gonna start reading The Hobbit. All right, I just went out and I got some food and a milkshake because I feel like milkshakes would be Hobbit approved. And I think while I'm eating, I'm going to put on Fellowship of the Ring, at least the beginning when they're in the Shire, just to like set the vibes, because I kind of just want to chill and relax before I start reading. Since I've been in the car all day, I'm a little tired and I really just want to like lay in this gigantic bed and watch some TV. But like, look how cool this place is. Oh my god, I love it. Let me just quickly lock up. Quickly, hurry, we're in a hurry, lock the door. There we go. Now I'm safe. Good morning, everyone. So today is my first official full day in the Hobbit house. It is breakfast time. So of course I need to have first breakfast and then second breakfast. Luckily there is a coffee machine here and a bunch of coffee stuff in this drawer down here. So I'm gonna make myself a coffee. And before I got here, I actually made some cakes from The Hobbit. I Googled like Hobbit recipes, and apparently there are these cakes called Bjorn's honey cake, and it's in the book. So there was a recipe for them and I made them. So I brought those with me and I'm so excited to try them. Let me just take a little a little bite. They smell so good. Like while I was making them, my house smelled amazing. Oh my god, I love them. They're so good. It's definitely very honey, but it's not like overwhelming. There was a lot of honey in the recipe. I was worried it was gonna be too sweet, but it's actually like, oh my god, it's so good. And there's nutmeg in here. I can definitely taste the nutmeg. I'll link the recipe that I use down below, but I really like them. So I'm gonna put together my breakfast and then we're gonna start reading. We have a guest. Hello. What's your name? Who are you? Okay, I did want to give some like backstory on my history with The Hobbit because like I said before, I have never fully read The Hobbit. However, I have heard The Hobbit many times. There was this ASMR video that has since been taken off of YouTube that I used to listen to every night, and it was this woman like very softly reading The Hobbit. It was like a 9-hour video and I literally would put it on and it was so calming and relaxing to me. And I would just fall asleep listening to that. So I've at least heard the beginning of The Hobbit, and obviously I've watched the movies. I've, seen The Lord of the Rings millions of times. I've watched the Hobbit movies at least 3 or 4 times. So I know the general story, but I've always wanted to like really read the full book. So I did end up getting myself a brand new copy of The Hobbit. This one right here is one that I got in a box set, this and then the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I've had this since I was a kid. I think these are probably the oldest books that I have still in my book collection, and I do really love this cover. But I thought for the sake of this video, I wanted to treat myself and get a new copy of The Hobbit. And this one, I have always seen this when I go into Barnes & Noble. I always pick it up and look at it because it's so beautiful. It's a cloth bound hardback that has all this foiling on it and is so stunning. It is illustrated inside. So there's all of these illustrations. I cannot wait to dive into this and flip through it.
In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit, not a nasty, dirty, wet hole filled with the ends of worms and an oozy smell, nor yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that means comfort.
I just finished chapter 1, which these are actually kind of long chapters. It was like 30 pages, but the book starts off very quickly. Gandalf has already shown up. All the dwarves have shown up. We've met everybody, the whole gang. What I loved a lot about the Hobbit movies, okay, so let's get this straight. I know the Hobbit movies are nowhere near comparable to the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think the Lord of the Rings trilogy is like a masterpiece. The Hobbit movies are fun. They're a fun time. And the reason why I find them so fun is because of the dwarves. I love all of the dwarves. So I just feel like I'm really going to enjoy this if the dwarves are anything like they were in the movie. And I'm going to assume that they are. So we have Bifur, Borfur, Bombur, Thorin, Balin, Dwalin, Philly, Killy. Am I missing anybody? I'm probably missing somebody. Who am I missing? They come over and they start singing. I think I just love the like contrast between the hobbits and dwarves because they're just so different, and seeing them interact is really funny to me. So this scene is just super funny because they all come in very chaotic and Bilbo is like, what the fuck is going on? He's very much like me. He's like, I didn't invite y'all over here. And they talk about all of their plans, trying to get their home back from the dragon. So yeah, it was a very good opening chapter, good start to the book, and I'm gonna keep reading. I will say, I do keep getting distracted. Like, I keep like looking around at everything. It's so beautiful here and so cozy. I wanna like take it all in because I'm not gonna be here for very long. I did take a little break from reading to watch more Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like going back and forth. I'm like watching the movie, reading The Hobbit. I can't decide what I want to do, if I want to watch the movies or if I want to read The Hobbit. And I'm like, let's do both.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all,
Have I been reading? No. I'm just watching Lord of the Rings again. I was like, I could do what I planned to do when I came here and read, or I could watch Lord of the Rings. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I am actually back home now from the Hobbit house, and I'm still reading The Hobbit. Basically, what happened while I was there was I was just like, it was the most relaxing environment, and it was so cozy and so amazing. I was just constantly getting distracted by everything around me, so I wasn't able to read as much as I thought that I was going to. I don't know if I've already said this for anyone who's wondering. It is in Dallas, Texas. It's right outside of Dallas in McKinney, and I definitely recommend, like, if you're in the area, to check it out. Now that I'm home, that does not mean that the Hobbit festivities are over. I am still gonna be reading and finishing The Hobbit, and I just wanna like continue the cozy vibes. Where I'm at right now in the story, I am 50 pages into it. I am on chapter 4. The journey has started. The dwarf company, Bilbo and Gandalf, are all on the road, and they actually just had their encounter with the trolls, where the trolls are trying to eat them, and then Bilbo like distracts them long enough, because when the sun comes up, trolls turn into stone if they're still out. I am really enjoying it. I'm following along in the book and listening to the audiobook, which is narrated by Andy Serkis, who played Gollum, and his narration is just really great. Yeah, I'm gonna keep reading and letting you guys know my thoughts as we're going. All right, I am now 100 pages into The Hobbit, and I am still just like really loving it. I think it's very interesting because I'm assuming that the way that this is written is very different from the way that The Lord of the Rings is written. This is written as if it's like a bedtime story. Like, that's the feeling that I get, that I'm being told this bedtime story or this fairy tale from a narrator who kind of like has commentary throughout the book, where they like see a character, meet a character, and then they're like, oh, we'll see him again later at this thing, but like we don't know about that yet. Or the narrator will be like, oh, I would never do what Bilbo just did. Like, there's just extra commentary that really makes it feel like I am being told a bedtime story, which I love, and it just really gives it that cozy fantasy feeling that I love. I'm also finding that I'm relating to Bilbo so much more than I thought I was going to, and I can't remember if I had that feeling like when I was watching the movies or if it's solely from the books. Bilbo's just so relatable. At literally every single step of this adventure, he's like, why am I here? Why did I leave home? I wish I was back in my bed. Also, I'm very hungry. And if that is not so me, I don't know what is. Those are all the thoughts that run through my head every single time I leave my house. I do find it really funny how much singing is in this book. Every single chapter, somebody's singing a song. Tolkien loved to break out in song. The Hobbit is a musical. Tolkien is a musical girly. Any adaptation of The Hobbit that is not a musical is incorrect. Literally every chapter. A dwarf breaks out in song, a goblin breaks out in song, the elves break out in song. Everybody has a song and dance number. I just read the scene where Bilbo meets Gollum for the first time, and they have the riddle scene, and Bilbo finds the ring. I love that scene. That is my favorite scene that I have read so far. It was so great. And I think it also helps that I'm listening to Andy Serkis's narration, and he plays Gollum in all of the movies, so he does the Gollum voice, and it is perfect. So yeah, so far I'm just like having such a delightful, amazing time with this. I also wanted to show y'all my outfit today because I'm just feeling very Hobbit-y today. I got this really cute mushroom cardigan that, like, I think if I was a hobbit in the Shire, I would be serving looks with this. I would be turning heads. I don't know, I just feel like I am living my cottagecore fantasy today. I just got to the chapter where they meet Beorn, who made them the honey cakes that I made earlier in the video. And I got to the part where they're talking about the honey cake. So Beorn is a shapeshifter. At his house, he has like a whole thing of like beehives. He's a little beekeeper. So he made them a bunch of food. He would lade them with food to last them for weeks with care, and packed so as to be as easy as possible to carry. Nuts, flour, sealed jars of dried fruits, and red earthenware pots of honey, and twice baked cakes that would keep good a long time, and on a little of which they could march far. The making of these was one of his secrets, but honey was in in them, as in most of his foods, and they were good to eat, though they made one thirsty. So since I have now eaten those honey cakes, I would agree. They do keep a long time, they were very delicious, and they made me very thirsty. So that is accurate. I do think it's really funny because at the end of this chapter, they get to the edge of Mirkwood and Gandalf is basically just like, all right, peace. It was nice knowing y'all. And like he literally leaves them with this parting message of don't stay off the track. If you do, it is 1,000 to 1 you will never find it again and never get out of Mirkwood. And then I don't suppose I or anyone else will ever see you again. He's literally like, okay, y'all are about to go into the most dangerous part of this journey. I'm out. Good luck. He's like, I got shit to do. I got other more important things to do. All right, I just finished The Hobbit and oh my God, I loved this so much. It was a very interesting reading experience. I think to read something that I like already had so much knowledge about, like I already knew the whole plot of this book. There were no like scenes that happened that I was like surprised by. I think I was more so surprised by like character things versus plot things. I do really get now why people don't love the Hobbit movies as much because I feel like they sort of lost the tone of the book, which the tone of the book is just very like silly, goofy, fun adventures. And I feel like the movies were really trying to be like Lord of the Rings 2.0 and have that same tone of Lord of the Rings when The Hobbit is not Lord of the Rings. Some of my favorite scenes from the book are obviously, like I said, the scene with Gollum and the riddles. I loved the barrel scene where they're escaping the woodland elves in all of the barrels. That's also a very fun scene in the movies. I wished that at the Hobbit house I had been able to utilize the barrel bathtub. I did get in the tub and experience sitting in a barrel, which I will say when I got into the tub, I had my socks on and there was a little bit of water in the bottom of the tub, so my socks got completely soaked through. And I love the ending. The ending was so good. I really love how at the end of it, he's just like so tired and he's like, I wish now only to be in my own armchair. He just wants to go home and sit in his recliner, take a little nap. I just love Bilbo. I love Bilbo so much, which I had never been the biggest Bilbo fan. So that is a new development for me. I hope you guys liked this video. I had so much fun doing this and going to the Hobbit house and reading this book. Let me know if you would like me to do another reading vlog of me reading the Lord of the Rings trilogy because I really want to read that now. I feel like these are books that have just been on my like bucket list to read for so long. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a mushroom emoji in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe and check out my Patreon where I post tons of exclusive content. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!